Imagine a global economy humming with energy, millions of independent businesses generating trillions of dollars. But when you look closely, the connections aren't there. Every node is operating on an island. We're talking about the African diaspora economy. Across 6 major countries, this network produces over $4.2 trillion in economic output. In the United States alone, 3.12 million Black-owned businesses generate $206 billion in annual revenue. Yet, despite that massive capital flow, the traditional tech hubs of Silicon Valley have entirely overlooked this market. There is no dedicated software infrastructure tying the specific high-value community together. That fragmentation is a structural barrier. When businesses can't seamlessly connect, trade, and access capital within their own ecosystem, generational wealth struggles to compound. To understand the friction, we have to look at the individual business owner trying to build a legacy. This chart shows the typical overhead a scaling small business faces today. When a founder has to stitch together a dozen different legacy tools to handle payroll, inventory, and marketing, the costs skyrocket. Thousands of dollars a month stack up in IT management and manual labor just to keep the lights on. These bloated monthly expenses act as a systemic tax. It drains operating capital and crushes profit margins long before a business can actually reinvest and grow. Closing the wealth gap requires a complete redesign of how software serves these founders. We have to invert the unit economics from the ground up. That is the exact problem inventor and chief architect Thomas D. Bowling set out to solve. Instead of looking to modern tech trends for a blueprint, he looked to history. The platform is called 1325.ai, referencing the year 1325, marking the famous pilgrimage of Mansa Musa. His legendary wealth grew from a deliberate deployment of infrastructure, transforming disconnected trade routes into a unified economic engine spanning the continent. 1325, AI was explicitly engineered to be the digital equivalent of that framework, a central operating system that unifies a fragmented global economy. The underlying architecture took over 18 months of specialized development to build. It runs on a massive serverless edge computing setup featuring over 290 database tables. And this chart shows how that deep tech translates to the user. The platform introduces Kayla, an AI concierge that completely wipes out the massive overhead costs we saw earlier, replacing them with a flat rate of just $149 a month. Kayla is backed by 22 other autonomous AI agents. They handle invoicing, compliance, and onboarding 24/7. Because these agents operate without the bloated headcount of traditional software companies, the marginal cost of serving each new business drops to near zero. This entire ecosystem of autonomous operations is legally protected. The technology is secured by a 27-claim patent from the USPTO, giving the platform a 20-year defensibility moat against legacy financial institutions. By combining vertical software, autonomous AI, and community-specific infrastructure, 1325.ai has locked down a highly lucrative market position with zero direct competitors. The platform grows through a proprietary system called the Community Money Acceleration Loop, or CMAL. It starts with autonomous discovery. Every single day, the AI scrapes the web to find and profile 17,000 new businesses, pulling them directly into the directory. Once inside, the platform actively connects them. A supplier operating in West Africa can be automatically matched with a buyer sitting in downtown Atlanta based on their exact needs and capabilities. For every business that joins, the network organically brings in 1.4 new users. Each completed transaction adds fresh data to a community trust score, making the matching algorithm sharper and the entire ecosystem more valuable. The CMAL engine drives down acquisition costs while pushing up lifetime value. It engineers a self-sustaining, compounding digital economy. When you apply that compounding growth model to a 6-country corridor, you're looking at a total addressable market of $127 billion. While typical software runs at a 72% gross margin, 1325.ai operates at a dominant 86% margin at scale. Because of these exceptional unit economics and patent protection, independent valuation methodologies agree on a base case enterprise value of $1.21 billion. This goes beyond the metrics of a venture-backed unicorn. It is the restoration of the connective tissue for a massive global community. 1325 AI is the unified economic operating system for the African diaspora. It is the foundational infrastructure for a new generation of wealth.